Yo. Corey Chase, man, back with another one. Today we're gonna get into my week and basically how it ended up going. I didn't do a video Thursday or Friday. I was kind of bummed out because of how those 2 days ended up happening. But I mean, it's really kind of all part of the process. Um, as you can see, I am currently negative $99 on my funded account, and I was up $1,700 at one point this week. It was a pretty bad week for me. I mean, I can't lie. Um, Not really gonna make too many excuses. I definitely let my emotions get the best of me this week, and you can see it in the results here, if that kind of makes any sense. Um, I already went over Wednesday with y'all. Thursday, I ended up taking a $600 loss on one trade. So that's $600 times 5 accounts. I mean, that's a $3,000 loss. And the issue that I have with this trade is that it wasn't even a trade that really needed to kind of be taken. If I'm being honest with you, um, counter trend trading. I mean, on this day, we had a drawn liquidity at previous day high, and I chased. I FOMO'd on this one 100% because I was at work and I was in a meeting and I couldn't actually get into the trade that I wanted to get into, which was to kind of catch a little bit of this baby move to the upside, and I missed it and I FOMO'd. One thing I do want to go over so that way I remember it for my sake is this was a very trendy day. Right at 8:30 market open, price just started shooting up, and it was pretty clear where the drawn liquidity was. It was the previous day high. There was absolutely no pullbacks. I mean, you can see it was literally just straight up all the way up until about 12 o'clock. I mean, literally just shooting up the whole day. I mean, this is where the day closed. It closed right here. Oh, it's black. Hold on. This is literally where the day ended up ending. Is right there, and it was just a straight shoot up the entire day. So on days like this, I mean, we have little to no pullbacks. You kind of have to get in where you see fit. And the issue with this is, my bias was bear. I mean, was bullish the entire day. And what I did like a dumbass was I tried counter trend trading. After we took the previous day liquidity, I thought that the market would want to at least seek some sell side liquidity to go back higher into the previous week high, and I mean that's just not what happened. I mean a couple of things that I really did wrong in this trade. I was wanting to get a trade on the day because I lost the day before, um, so I mean like, it was against my bias. Um, it was against my trading plan because for one, I over leveraged, and I also didn't follow my trading strategy. I mean, there wasn't any type of PD array for me to use to sponsor this move down. I just thought that price took liquidity, and I thought we were going to go back down to at least get these equal lows right here. Um, Initially, I should have got in right here at the CISD, and I was going to write it down to right here, and that would have been a nice little 3 hour trade. And even if I got it right here, it would have been a 2 hour trade, and I could have at least went break even. The issue is that I chased. I FOMO'd super hard, and I basically got in for a sell position right here, and had my stop loss above the where the CISD was, and I was trying to target this, and I literally got in this position with almost like 7 or 5, literally like 5 contracts, and I mean I took a $600 loss. It wasn't in my trading plan. I could have 100% avoided this trade if I literally just didn't FOMO, didn't go against my trading plan. I mean, it was literally like the epitome of a bad trade. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have took it. So, beating myself up about that. Friday was just as bad. Um, Same thing. I was trying to make up for the losses that I took for the previous 2 days, which is what I shouldn't be doing. Um, so I mean, it was in my trading plan, but it's just kind of the same thing. I over leveraged pretty heavy. Um, with this trade, one thing that I did learn is to not get into trades very early into to market open. There's a reason that my mentor waits 10 to 15 minutes at least 10 minutes for the market to open, because I mean the first 10 to 15 minutes is pure manipulation in the markets. And I mean that's kind of what I've seen. I mean right here we had a tap up a 15 minute for value gap. We had the 1 minute change in delivery right here, and I mean it looked pretty good because of the displacement, and it also left the gap. So I was like, oh, okay, we can at least come down and get these lows. Um, Trade wasn't that bad. It was just waiting until market actually kind of did its thing and manipulated, and you didn't have to kind of go through that whole thing. But I mean, with that being said, I got in, and not even 2 minutes later I got stopped out. And same thing, trying to make up for my losses that I had the prior 2 days. I over leveraged, and I literally lost $500 on one trade, which is ridiculous. I mean, I should have risked 2 to 300 here. Took the loss like a man, and called it a day, and came back next week. And of course, with me just kind of going on more and more tilt, I took another trade, and I lost $300. So I lost $300 more than what is in my trading plan. And I mean, I kind of went off the edge this week in trading, and I mean it happens. I can really only learn from it. This was kind of the same thing. I was trying to. I mean, because to me the trade was still valid, um, but same situation. We actually had a CISD here, and I had my stop above the high. Same thing. I literally was trying to target the. We were thinking it was a TGIF Friday setup, and it was going to come back to around the 20 or 30% for the weekly range, because the weekly range is absolutely huge. I don't. This candle literally didn't have a wick almost on the top. It was just straight push. But we thought it was going to come back to at least the 20 30%. They didn't take this setup. I did, because again I was chasing and trying to make up for my losses that I did for the week. And I mean that's absolutely a big no-no. You know what I mean? It's a terrible no-no. And I mean I paid for it, and I got clapped up. I mean it just kind of is what it is. One of the biggest things that I've kind of noticed is that I lose every single Friday I've traded. Even prior to this journal and these videos, I've noticed that on Fridays I just can't seem to kind of catch a break. And I mean, I can show you why. Literally on Friday, it's a straight chop fest. I mean, like, literally, this was the entire. Let me see if I can pull up the 15. I mean, literally, look at this. Like, how do you catch an entry when it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? And it didn't start pushing until almost 12 o'clock. And at that point, I mean, there wasn't really an entry to kind of get in, because, I mean, liquidity wasn't swept, or I did think liquidity was swept here. There was an SMT with the S. But I mean, there was no real entry in my entry model that I could have used to kind of get into this, and I saw a lot of people had a hard time kind of getting into this as well. But yeah, um, this week was a battle of inner fear, of being left out, of wanting to get out of my situation that I'm in and make money quickly. And unfortunately, that's not what trading is about. I mean, obviously, you want to make money trading, but in the long run, I mean, you have to learn the process of trading and let go of emotions. I think one thing I kind of learned, because I actually woke up in the middle of the night last night. Really weird, off-topic story, but I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and realized that I had another situation similar to maybe why I was doing what I was doing in the markets. Because I think I have a tendency to, if I try super hard at something and I want to succeed, and I can't, I keep trying, and I get real emotional with it, and I tend to kind of just start doing things that I don't normally do. And I think these last 2 days was kind of a perfect example of that. And it really, at the end of the day, it's just coming down to it's a you versus you situation. You have to be the person. You have to basically you have to defeat you. I have to defeat these emotions that I'm going through while trading, and these other emotions that I'm kind of having to fight through while doing it. And it's hard. Um, it is hard, but one thing that I will do is I will bet on myself 100% of the time, and I mean that's kind of a guarantee. And I mean one thing that I'm kind of realizing with trading is I have started to kind of distance myself from a lot of people because I do want this to work significantly, and I'm putting in the work for it, and I'm trying my hardest. And I mean that it goes back to at the end of the day, it's you. All you have is yourself. Um, People don't reach out. You lose friends, and it's cool. It's understandable. Um, but at the end of the day, it's you versus you, and you have to come out on top, and you have to be the beast. You have to be the one that slays your inner greed and inner fear and all these different kind of emotions that you feel. And yeah, I mean that's kind of my little rant on me being awful this week. I mean, there's only one way to put it. You think you know what you need to do, and you try to execute it, but at the end of the day, I mean, your emotions do take over, and you get filled with greed, fear, and a whole bunch of other things that play a big factor into this. So I mean, the moral of the story is to not overtrade, to not over leverage, to control your emotions, and to defeat the inner you that is stopping you from being the best version of yourself, the great version of yourself. And I think that's what I need to kind of take. So with this week, I will probably review and watch all the videos that I did so I can kind of learn from it, because I did have a good start to the week, and then I just kind of spiraled down from there. And yeah, I mean that it really is what it is to it. Not a not a whole lot of stuff that I can kind of do and go, but I mean I will say that this week was a very very big learning lesson. Um, I'm about 2K away from the trailing threshold on my Tradify account, and so basically what the plan this week is to risk about $200 a trade. So it's probably going to be like 1 to 3 contracts at the max, and kind of only take A plus setups or take setups that my mentor takes, and try to bring these accounts back up into a positive standing just because I'm so close to that trailing drawdown. I'm going to try my hardest not to let my emotions get the best of me. And then I actually set up some rules to kind of help put me in play to kind of get this stuff done. And I mean it. These rules are really like a guideline to kind of help me get where I need to be. Um, it's my trading plan, man, and I mean it's real, because like I said, you have to set some kind of rules so that way you can follow them and succeed. And here are my rules. It's I come into the market in the morning expecting to lose or to not take a trade if the setup does not present itself, because that's what I have a very bad issue doing. Have a daily bias and then not go against my daily bias. Now, that's not to say I'm not gonna marry my bias, but for example, that day where it's literally just shooting to the upside and I'm very bullish and I take a short, I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Like that's stupid of me. Wait 10 to 15 minutes after market open rather than miss a trade and lose money. I would rather wait the 10 to 15 minutes because that's when the most manipulation happens. Gotta obviously identify my drawn liquidity. What is the drawn liquidity? If my drawn liquidity is hit before I can get a trade, do I, I obviously I don't trade, and I don't chase. Does my setup present itself toward a drawn liquidity? My kind of 3 setups I do is a flow state, unicorn, and important fair value gap. If I do not get any of those 3 setups, I do not trade. That is my rule now. I do not trade if I do not get any of those 3 setups. And only risking $200 to $400 a trade. $400 a trade would be more when I start to get more in profit and get more of a buffer on the account. Right now, we're definitely going to be more on the $200 a trade side right now. After losing $400 a day, turn off the charts. I mean, that's simple as that. Turn off the charts. Do not touch them. As you can see, I went over that the last 3 days and I paid for it. And the biggest kind of thing to motivation to all this is remembering why I got into trading. Because it just isn't about my future. It's about my family's future. My mom, my grandma, my brother, uncle, future family, future kids, and for me to stop breaking my rules. So that's the video. This one's probably a little long, but I mean it's for me to kind of go back, realize what I did wrong, what I was feeling, and to be better. That's all I can do. So I know you're gonna be watching this, Corey. Be better, and do not let your emotions get the best of you. Remember why you were trading. Remember who you were doing it for. Remember to conquer the greed and the fear that you have when you do it, and just be the best version of yourself, man. So yeah, y'all have a good one, guys.